Hey, hey. How y'all doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good,
Right.
good, good. Oh, Lord, y'all ready to get into this episode? Talk that stuff. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Wreck It Ralph.
Always, baby, always. All right, let's go.
so, all right, yes. So, of course, I always start the episode with little cute things. So we saw Kenya and Brooklyn doing karate and Blaze and Kandi getting with brushing the teeth. Now we don't often see Blaze, so it's good to see her and her little personality looking just like her mama. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Always.
yeah,
She looked just like her mama.
just
I
like
didn't realize.
yeah, like a
That
little
can't whole face.
right. There's a little Candy, and so Drew is planning this mental health getaway because, of course, her sister had some mental health issues. And so they're at I guess it's a mansion that they are going to rent out for this mental health retreat. And her sister is really telling a lot about her story, how she basically broke down in 2020 and ended up at a psychiatric ward, when she was going through her divorce. And so she wants to help other people who may be having issues at this retreat. And Drew wasn't too happy when she was like, "It's gonna be a bar, right?" And it was like, no, we need you full functional. It's gonna be some functional drinks." But no,
But if you notice, no one else had a drink in their hand except for Candy. Bow.
right, yeah. And so, because they were non-functional, and I think they remember when they walked in, they had they looked cute, but I think they told them it was turmeric. They told them it was something, but yeah. But anyway, they continue to plan that. But Sonya, as they hinted last week, we found out she was pregnant. So she did a little cute reveal with her husband where they're talking about, what all they got going on. And she was like, "Let me get this notebook." And so she hands him the notebook, and inside is a positive pregnancy test. So he's excited and he seems surprised. I don't know if this was actually when he found out or he was faking or whatever, but he seemed genuinely surprised. And so they decided to tell the family and do something cute. And all of a sudden, they had these t-shirts on, and it was a similar trick, but they turned around, and I don't know if it was because the camera was filming, but wasn't it opposite? Didn't it say pregnant weird?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And that might have been what took Mama a minute, because Mama was like,
Oh, you on pause. I mean on mute. You're on mute.
You're on mute, Erica.
I was the same way. Y'all, I be so serious when I be saying, you got to give me a minute. I have brain farts all the time. I was like, I'd have been right there with mama.
Okay,
I'm supposed to read the back of your shirt? How I'm supposed to know that? Y'all run on there all the time.
Okay, I'm supposed to be dyslexic and read that. Come on now, y'all do the most.
But wait,
anyway,
what about Sonya's dad? He was like, "Ain't nobody tell me nothing." Like he was supposed to know before everybody else.
Right. I didn't have to be the surprise. But what was funny to me was that her sister right away was like, "Yeah, we just started to look at apartments."
About that, we got an apartment.
Right.
Don't be asking me for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. You like?
They must have thought that's what the meeting was going to be about.
Probably, maybe so. She was like, "Well, I'm getting to my agenda item. Ross want us out. We leave it."
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say this though. I hate when things have to change with family, because I'm gonna sit here as I say I hate it. I probably would have behaved the exact same way.
As the sister.
As the sister and the mama, because the mom's subtle about it. But she's on the sister side, because it's like, you have us move our entire lives out here to be with you, and then when we get out here a year in, and you're like, go ahead. You didn't even honor the contract.
Right.
You already ready for your own space. Like, you act like they chose, or not, you act like that you didn't ask them to do it. So I would act the same way, but I do hate when it get like that with family.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, ooh, that would irritate me.
Now you know what would have been an option. I don't know what kind of money she rolling in or they're rolling in, but get a house for them.
The
Yeah.
whole time, yeah. They could have always not been living in the same house as you.
Hmm.
Or I'm sure they have some Atlanta houses where they do have like a guest house. Because doesn't Candy House have a guest house? Yeah, something like that where it's not necessarily. But I think
And it's called a
her sister.
mother-in-law for a
That's true.
reason.
Yeah,
Are you
but I
talking
think
about
I
apartment?
think her sister wants to be away because if you right there, what's gonna be the difference? You still gonna have me watching your baby.
I think that that's exactly what it is. And like she want Ross to feel it too. Like you don't even be here.
Right.
It's like of course she gonna honor her husband, but dude, you don't even be here. And if you feel like you're the person who's stepping in when he's not there helping him out, and then he's so ready to have his own space, it's like, what is that about really? When you
Right.
somebody doing you a favor, everybody uncomfortable.
Which is why Sonya was quick to say, we gonna have to get a nanny.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, she know. Look.
That also makes me go if that's the way her mind is. It's like, well, why didn't you get a nanny from the first place?
Jump.
Well,
Save all of that
okay.
family drama.
Now I never had a nanny, but I can imagine because you always hear stories about nannies, and it's hard to find a good one, all this kind of stuff. So I assume it's probably easier for her little sister or her mama to watch her baby. You trust them, and you don't have to worry about them. So I can understand probably not getting a nanny right away, but oh well, you have to work on it now.
Now, what would make the most sense, just the way that my mind thinks, how about before y'all leave, I get a nanny first so they see the dynamic, they see what's going on, they see what you
Mm-hmm.
do, you know, learn the ropes, and then boom, you leave when you feel like you need to transition. You know what I'm saying?
That can make sense. Kind of like cross
Yeah, I don't think
training.
her sister. Yeah, I don't think her sister and mom them want them to have that.
Mm. Oh, you like we gonna make it hurt,
They
one hundred
want to rip
percent.
the band-aid off. I hate that's why I said like I'm not saying I wouldn't feel the same exact jaded feeling because that's what it is. You're jaded. You're
Mm-hmm.
like, dude, you asked me to come all the way out here. You asked me to do this for you. I'm all in. And the first thing, like I hate to say it, I feel like Sonya should have pushed back. And I know that's her husband, and I understand how things go, but I just feel like when somebody doing you a favor, it's a
Yeah.
certain way you gotta act.
And even if she is paying them something, or
Yeah,
providing a
it's
roof
a
over their
certain amount,
head,
yeah, like it's a certain
yeah,
amount of grace that needs to be extended. I'm so sorry, especially if you said 2 years, you agree to that.
right,
You don't know what their money might have been looking like or how they might have been sending and making moves because they had an agreement, and it's not your business how they had. And even if you think they could have afforded to leave a long time ago, ain't got nothing to do with the agreement. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Just
right,
honor your agreements. And I mean, he's not even there. He's calling the shots from afar. I'm up here taking
right.
care of your kid every day. And I get it, but I hate when it get messy because I'm very much trying to see how it turns out if it gets messy.
Yeah,
Mm. What's his
These,
name? Ross? That's his
yeah,
yeah.
name? Oh, I got
Mhm.
something to say about Ross, but that's later in the episode. What we
ooh,
got?
Okay, Ross. Okay, so Drew and Ralph go on a date, and initially, like when I was watching them, it seemed like they were like, "Okay, y'all were scheduled for a date on this date, so y'all need to come and do something." Because they were like, to me, it seemed fake initially. Because she was just like, "Well, I got the music and I got the whatever," and I don't know, it just seemed like staged initially. But then, when they started getting into like actually talking, and she was just like, "Look, I got a lot going on, and I've been having breakdowns, and I'm gonna need this mental health retreat myself." So they get to talking, and he's talking about the counseling, and apparently, well, she mentioned it before, but they were in counseling together. We even saw it on the show. But Ralph left, and she continued, and his thing was he felt like they just kept talking about topics, and they weren't doing no work, they weren't doing any action. And I thought Iyanla always told people you got to do the work. So I don't know, maybe he wasn't doing the work, but he feels like he's been doing better. He's had less blow ups and all that kind of stuff. But the way Drew was looking, I don't think so. I don't think so. And so she felt like, look, when I do this movie, I'm gonna be gone for 10 days. So I'm gonna need your support. And he was like, well, that's a problem because you booked and busy, but I've been booked and busy. I don't know what he does, but okay. And he's not daddy daycare. And he want to be like Barack and Obama.
That Barack and Obama.
He do not have his couple. So the first he said Ike and Tina, and of course the shady producers had to go back and let us know he went from Ike and Tina to Barack and Obama. And she was like, "Where's Michelle? You act like I don't know why." Oh my god! So what do y'all think about Ross and Miss Drew and they drama?
I'm gonna tell you what I think.
Not Ross, Ralph.
When Ralph wanted Barack and Obama, I was like, oh.
He said, me too, bro. Me too. Me too. I want Barack and Obama.
Oh my
gosh. I'm just saying.
They are a mess. Y'all a mess. But this particular recording seems like it must have kicked off something for them, because what I think they had that first, this is my opinion, that first stage part, and then Drew slipped in all that kind of stuff that he was not planning on talking about, and that upset him and Barack and Obama. Like, he was upset.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I agree with that assessment.
Hold the bit. I don't want to talk about I've been on TV no more.
Okay.
And the bit ain't following directions.
And she be coming with it though. And it's always like out of left field. It's like, what did you just said this on TV?
Right.
And like I can see what's it just seems to me that Ralph just wants to portray all the best qualities that they have as a couple, but she wants to show the real, and he's never prepared for it. And so he always comes across like it,
because I think he was trying to really work on clean up his image. Because if you notice the previous seasons when they flash back, he be saying some off the hand stuff, like on camera. So I think he was really trying to be good. Because if you think about it, he didn't say nothing crazy. Like, he didn't go off. He just kind of went back and forth, but he was hot when he left there. Yeah. So anyway, Kenya visits Kandi, and Shamia goes too, or whatever. So they're all talking about various things.
Wait a minute. It just reminds me of like situations that I've been in where it's like we're in front of a whole lot of people, and you bring something up, and I don't like to have an argument in front of people, but you're gonna push me, and so now I'm not gonna say nothing, but you gonna know I'm pissed.
I can't always hold it. You can't keep picking. I can get mad enough where I just stop seeing the people around me until it's done, and then I'm like, and I'm quiet for the rest of the day because I realize I acted a pure fool.
Oh gosh!
And that shit I can just take it back. Everybody know now.
Oh my god!
Everybody know about it. The whole town's talking about it. I popped off.
Oh, they should have known better. They knew who they was messing with.
The thing have you even brought up the part where are we not to the drama yet? Are we saving this?
Oh, we're not to the talking about when we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So anyway,
I guess that's why I'm ready to put every topic.
Oh my god. Okay. So in this next scene, Kandi and Shamia, whatever, they're talking about Kandi and this not Kandi, but Kenya, and her wanting to have another baby. And she has those frozen embryos, which she mentioned before. But she was just like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what to do because I really want to do this baby. It's clear to me that I'm not going to be able to carry it. But they mentioned that Shamia is now using Kandi's old surrogate or whatever. So she was thinking about going that route. And they were giving her some good advice. And they were asking her, are you going to tell Mark? And she was like, I feel like I need to tell him. But Shamia and Kandi, they didn't necessarily feel that way. Shamia was like, I don't know. And even if let's say he says no, and she was just like, you should do it anyway. What do y'all think about that? I feel like, okay, on one hand, she does she want another child. She already got embryos out there. She's not gonna probably get any more. Um, and her children will be siblings. So that's the pro part. Con is Mark, is the daddy. That's, I guess, the only con. He the daddy.
I mean, she probably just like, I mean, look at Brooklyn. I think she's a gorgeous child. But he signed his rights away to the embryos. Right?
That's the thing. Yeah. So I don't know, like, does that count all the way through? Like,
it should.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if anything, it should be a form of protection against him if he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. But it also serves as a barrier between him and the kid if he does, which isn't fair too. I think it should have never happened.
I mean, I think when they did it, they weren't planning, at least at that point, they weren't planning to be divorced and
right.
divorced for longer than they were married.
Like, I think it should have just went in both of their names, period. And
so look, let me tell you what this man is going to do. So this man is highly manipulative, almost a narcissist, right? So, hey, I want to see my daughter. And then the daughter is going to be like, well, I want my brother or sister to come with me. And then he's going to be like, well, can you?
Yeah.
That's how that's going to go. I wouldn't give a person more power over me. I just wouldn't.
Yeah. And wasn't it, was it Eva Longoria? It was some star that was married to somebody or that had a relationship with somebody and they had embryos, but they agreed that they would make the decision together. And so she got married years later when she was older and couldn't probably, have as good eggs as she had back in her 30s. And the other person was like, no, you can't use those eggs. And so I do get like giving them to one person or the other, because I don't think Mark would have said yes, but I don't know. We'll see what she does. Because
if he's any kind of person, he would be like, no. That don't even sound right. Like who? Like, and so what? The kid grows up fatherless just because, and then what? He gets to look back at this moment like I don't want to have another kid with you. Like, come on now.
Yeah, that child is
complicated. That's why I said I don't think it should have even been allowed.
Yeah, because she lucked out with Brooklyn. I mean, as far as like she has some relationship, but it's almost like if she has this baby, she's recreating her situation where with her mother, like the father's not gonna be in his or her life. So just spoil Brooklyn, girl. She'll be all right. Take over to play with Blaze and all them other kids. Now they also mentioned Martell at Sheree's birthday dinner asking the people to Cash App for the birthday meal. So at least the way they're telling the story, Sheree had a last minute birthday party at Nobu. I've never been, but I've heard of it. Sounds like a fancy place that the rich people go to. And when the bill came, he was like, "Can y'all Cash App me? Y'all carry the one." So, was that cheap for him, or what y'all think?
Have a party at the house. Why are y'all going out to restaurants last minute and putting this this convenience off on other people? And I think in their quote unquote tax brackets, I do personally feel like they should pay. I do.
They should what?
Pay.
He should have paid.
I feel like he should pay.
Yeah, I'm talking about him.
Yeah, he most definitely should have paid.
You want to take her to Nobu, you should have took her with no one else.
He threw the party. Since he threw the party, it's incumbent upon now. College days, right out of college, all the other good stuff. Now, even in my 40s, even though I don't make that much money, if I'm going to invite people, to something, I'm going to pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying, look, in our tax brackets, I'm going to be honest with you, it's probably not a thing. I know down here, people don't do that. And but I don't travel with a bunch of people either, or I don't personally know a bunch of people who swiping cards for everybody at dinner. Parties at 8, 9, and 10. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been in both situations. I've been where, because even Anthony, like his birthday party, of course it was brunch. It wasn't like no boo. But I invited everybody. I plan to pay for everybody. Now, if I'm going, to me, you know who you with. So if I'm with somebody, my little cousin, and she invites me, I know I'm probably gonna end up paying, so I'm not planning to pay for that. I'm planning to pay for that. I'm paying her. So you have to know who your audience is. Now, if Sheree and Martell invited me out, I would have expected him to pay.
Again. The tax bracket. It's their tax bracket. It's customary in those like upper echelon worlds for you hosting something. That means you pay for everything. You throwing a soiree means that it comes with drinks and alcohol, and you knew that when you invited everybody, and it's on the house. Like that's what that is.
And this is how I think about him, Martell. Mm-hmm. To me, he's clout chasing. He might actually like Sheree. Do I know that as fact? Don't know it. Mm. But to me, the fact that he's on one reality show and he's dating her, to me, it seems like if you want to impress her, you should have been paying for this. Bottom line, the fact that you didn't pay for it. I'm sorry.
I said he ain't trying to impress her.
Well, I mean,
or maybe because the cameras weren't rolling. I don't know, but did y'all see? I saw a clip of it was Sheree, Marlo, and Sonya talking about the situation, and Sheree and Sonya were going back and forth because Sonya was like, "I feel like he should have paid," and Sheree was like, "Why would he pay for y'all grown folks?" And did y'all see that clip? She was going back and forth. And Sheree was like, especially if y'all didn't bring a gift, the least you can do is pay for your own meal. I mean, it was just like back and forth. But Sonya held her ground. Like, I'm just like.
I appreciated Sonya in that interview. That's when I finally saw who she really is. And Sheree did dismiss her. And it was clear that Sheree doesn't hang out with the same people in the same tax bracket as Sonya. Because she was like, so you've never been to a party where the one who hosted it paid for everyone? Or where a man just stands up and say, hey, everybody, it's on me tonight, and pays for a room full of people? She was like, no. And she was like, well, I have. And I was like, yeah, you have. You know the etiquette. You've clearly been to a couple places with people a couple times in that tax bracket who know what they're supposed to be doing. I mean, we've all watched The Real Housewives, right? Yeah. We've all watched the Atlanta. We know that there are certain type of things that just go on in certain worlds outside of ourselves, dude. Like, come on. But she really tried to make it seem like you shouldn't want what she said, girl? You shouldn't want your husband shouldn't.
Oh, yeah, to pay my man to pay for you and your husband.
She tried to flip it. You didn't see it, Jermaine.
You didn't see it to you.
No. That's not it. What I'm trying to say is I agree with you.
With who?
With both of y'all.
Oh, yeah.
He should have paid. Bottom line, plain and simple.
Yeah. So anyway, the next scene, Sheree is washing his dog, and she ends up calling Martell, and she was just like, our schedules are swamped. I don't know, maybe because I look at Sheree, I'm like, what do you do? How's your schedule swamped? But that's another thing. But she was happy she was able to see him for New Year's.
She be on She by Sheen site all the time.
Right. I got to stay on the to get to your product. But she said that he got her, when she started stuttering, you don't know if she lying or not. He got me Alexander McQueen bag with a handbag. But anyway, he got her Alexander McQueen handbag for her birthday. And she said he doesn't buy expensive high-end. And I mean, I don't have one, but I thought that was high-end, but maybe. So how is that high? I don't
know. That ain't my tax bracket. Look, right. I'm still trying to get to Zara.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that's a mess. And Sheree still use AOL.com. I thought my mom was the last one on there.
Watch your mama.
Yeah, did you hear the sound that they played in the background? What she said?
Oh my God. I was just like, oh, Sheree. Oh. But anyway.
I don't be having time for Sheree. I'm like, just be the one who's frank about I ain't got it. Don't be like, I got it, but no, ain't no but. You ain't got it. But you ain't got it.
That's what it is.
But so the question is, what has she done with her money? Because she divorced a man with millions of dollars, right? So
remember, was it first season when she said she wanted 6 figures or something? Oh no, not 6. She wanted a lot of money from the divorce, but apparently she didn't get as much as she was expecting. Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
she ran out of her money, basically. That's what you're saying.
That's why she by Shein.
And Chateau Sheree took about what, 15 years? Yeah. It all took a minute. So in any case, they did this table read for the past, and Kandi and Drew, I'm assuming this is their first time seeing each other since the peach thing, and they did this little awkward hug, but they end up talking, and Kandi was like, "Look, I'm past it. I just didn't want to be called a lie. That's why I got upset." And then Drew gonna say, "Well, Kandi didn't apologize, but I'm at peace with it." I'm like, "What's she apologizing for, girl?" Oh my gosh. But it seems like it's gonna be an interesting movie. I would like to see it once this strike is over. But it's
Erica. Erica, what you got to say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Because she's the only sober person in the room, and you gonna call her the lie. Come on.
Oh my gosh. But this is a career opportunity for so basically it was like a little thing with Kandi and Todd. And she was like, he really needs to make this movie happen for himself. And he was like, what? Because she feel like her career has been a priority. So she wants to help him out or whatever. But anyway, I'll go see The Pass whenever it comes out. So now we get into this mental health retreat, Erica. So this place is beautiful. Everybody arrives. And Ralph comes and looks, him and Ross, Jermaine. Looks his wife right in the face and walks right past. He hugs I forgot who he hugged first. Walk right past that. What? You don't think he looked her in the face?
Oh, they did. They did. But the producers showed another clip from another angle. And she was the one who first walked past him.
Oh, before that interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because he did say, I thought he was, because he was like, you walked right past me. And I'm like, she did not walk right past you. Okay, so I'm glad. Okay. So maybe I'll give Ralph a little more justice.
Is that what you saw, Erica, as well?
It was not. That's why I'm all the way calmed down now. Because we know you're going to defend Ralph.
Right. Who, me? Oh, no. He ain't got nothing. Look.
Your little crush.
It's all shits and giggles for me.
Your little crush be blinding you sometimes.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave you be.
What all his ass? He had nothing but ass in that white. I was like, oh yes.
He got that in anything he wear. Everything he wear.
With a tight ass.
Right. But he did, in the scene I saw, he walked right past her and hugged all of the ladies. Now, of course, they're having issues. She did mention that, like, since that date, they've been sleeping in their separate bedrooms. They ain't really been talking and stuff. And so I can imagine, like, it being awkward. Like, okay, we ain't talking at home. Now we're going to fake the funk here. And so, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know what they should have done. But I thought one of them should have been bigger and been like, hey, babe, or whatever. But he did give her, like, a little fake kiss or something. It was like, you walk right past me or whatever, and hugged Ross before I hugged me. So that might have made him mad, too.
I think he won up there.
Because he's a petty bitch.
Because he's a petty bitch. He a petty hoe. He sat up here. He said, oh, she want to walk past me? I'm about to hug everybody and acknowledge everybody in this room but her.
Okay.
And then she played herself because she kept saying, husband.
Right.
Hi, husband. I say, she really trying to draw this thing in. Did y'all see the thing on the internet that said she lied about him doing some Magic Mike thing?
Oh, that wasn't true in Vegas?
Courtney, Big Mouth cousin Courtney, who's kin to Ralph, tells everybody in an interview that she's lying. She doesn't know why he said that. He FaceTimed her from the tech conference.
Oh.
That's what he went out there for. She was like, she doesn't know why she's lying. I was like, whoa.
So what I'm hearing is that Drew is building her own storyline where it's making her own husband look bad. That's what I'm
she's
hearing.
saying. That's what Courtney's saying. But I don't know how much we trust Courtney.
But I mean, can we trust Drew? I mean, like both of them.
Oh, we can't trust Drew. Drew, stay lying.
So yeah, oh my God. Now, I mean, we've seen Ralph in some crazy ways. So, probably not all of his lies, but yeah, that is interesting. And then Marlo confirmed he was in technology because she said we're in the same. We both
but can't edit a video.
But can't edit the video.
Speaking of Marlo, they end up doing this Drop It with Drew segment at the retreat. And they were like, how is Drop It with Drew going? She was like, it's been amazing. We're still doing our 21-day challenges. And Marla was like, let me check the website. And she went and it had the 404, the same message that I saw when I went to She by Sheree and clicked the hoodies. The hoodies might be out now because it's but in any case, she was like, Lord, the internet done dropped it again.
I didn't see that one.
That's why I sent the link. Because I was like, Drew must have like whipped up a website because I went there and it looks like a very, very like low budget, like, baby, can you give me a website right quick type of thing? Because it's not high quality at all, but it's out there. So she could say, it's out there.
You know what? She weakens her case every time.
Every time
she lies. That's like it's almost like she's a mini Sheree.
Yeah, just say like, girl, we taking a break on this. We were just doing that for a little bit. Make up some kind of story. Because they're gonna fact check and check that website. And they definitely, I mean, they were so wrong for that, but they did
they did it quick, huh?
Oh my gosh. And so Miss Sheree thought that she was just like, this is looking a lot like Portugal. And I think even Marlo threw some shade too. And she was like, well, I'm glad I inspired you. I'm like, you ain't the first one that did no woo-saw. Didn't Portia do that on her show? When her family was fighting the day before. Like a lot of these shows. But anyway, Sheree wanted to take credit. But she asked her about this case, and Marlo was like, did you win? But I guess they end up countersuing the lady because the way they explained it, the lady was coming to interview to be a chef. The food wasn't good. It had hair in it. And so they was like, well, maybe you can be our nanny. And so she watched the kids and then they were just like, thank you for your time. They didn't hire her, but she sent an invoice for, I guess, her time and was slandering them. And then the invoice somehow got up to 10K. What can they say? 1K, 10K? Okay. So yeah, I don't know what happened. Because did she say that they settled? I can't think of what she said. Or did she not say? I can't remember what she said.
I don't remember her saying they settled.
But I know they countersued.
They did countersue.
Yeah.
For what? I don't know. But
yeah, probably the same.
I don't think she got that much money.
I don't think so either. Like,
but she always got some movie deals.
Okay, I got all these.
Give me the title. Give me the title so I can watch.
They both said they booked and busy, so something.
I'm like, well.
And you know how like I don't know if y'all like will randomly click on some Amazon Prime movie and you be like, oh my God, they go Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac. It'd be like random where you'll see different people. I've never seen Drew just randomly in anything. Like I didn't know they were in this, but we'll see. So what else happened? Sheree talks about her birthday party and not inviting Kandi. Do y'all think she should have invited Kandi? Because she basically was like, well, Kandi, you don't come out for nothing that we do, so I didn't think he's going to come out to my last minute birthday.
And that one, I agree with Kandi. And let me tell you why. Even if you don't expect a friend of yours to show up, you still, send them the invite.
Give me the opportunity to pay for my own meal. Maybe if you had invited me a job, we could have
I could pay for everything.
I'll pay for everybody, baby.
Yeah. And I think did somebody say that Tom pay for everybody? I think I first said
oh, you know who said it? Sanya.
Yeah. I thought Sanya said that. In that exchange, it was
they were arguing.
So sorry you being petty too. I love it. Come
She
on,
wasn't
sorry.
being petty. She was trying to tell her because Sheree got defensive and tried to really flip it into a conversation they weren't having, and kind of like tried to make it antagonistic towards Sanya, and Sanya was like, "Girl, no." She was like, "No," and then she said, "I said when I found out how old the relationship was, maybe not, but I don't think you should have invited other people if you wasn't gonna pay for everybody."
Right.
In that tax bracket, no, Zelle, Cash App. I know that
Okay.
must
Like,
be
say what now?
country and tacky.
Mm.
You know, the Huntsville came out. That's what happened.
Okay. You're like, we don't do this in Huntsville. No. Sonya even, I think it was on the show when she was telling Kenya about it. She was just like, I would have, if it was my last, I would have just been like, okay, let me just see if this go through or something, like to at least, I guess, act like you trying to do something. But I guess he was like, this ain't my girl. I'm doing this for show. So,
But look, they say he didn't even pay for
Sheree?
her meal. That's the thing.
Now that, oh my gosh. But he
Mm-hmm.
said Alexander McQueen bag and pay for your dinner. You can't have both.
Can't have both.
Wow. So, Sonya ends up announcing her.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
I'm just remember what Michelle said. He was mad because the cameras wasn't there, so he made everybody pay for their food.
I ain't doing all this for nothing.
okay, like,
You ain't even invite the rest of the wives.
okay, like, wait a minute. I'm getting nothing from this.
I'm getting nothing from this.
So Sonya announces her pregnancy. She does. She has on a shirt, and she was like, "Let's do a selfie." And so, yes.
Wait. Before they go outside, when they still inside and they talking, they doing all that. So there was this one little scene, and the entire time Ross has his hands in his pocket. He's wearing these little shorts, these little like little. I want to say these little peach shorts or whatever. Real nice, right? And there's one little scene. He took his hand out his pocket. I said, "Oh no."
You understand why Sonya submit something. That's what happened. You started to understand why she was talking all this shit, and she'd be like, "Okay, daddy, but listen." Okay.
Is that what you do every episode, Jermaine? This is the second episode.
Pause. Rewind.
2 seconds.
Listen, shit.
Yeah.
Now let me do it again.
Oh my god.
And you get close to the TV with your glasses on.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Like, approved. Okay,
Please continue.
All right.
Oh my god.
Have to put y'all out. The king say he wants his castle back, so
Okay.
y'all gotta go. That's what that thing be telling people. She ain't telling that. You just submit it.
Oh my gosh. So Sonya announces her pregnancy. I don't know if y'all thought it was corny now, but she was just like, let's do a selfie. And she, gets in front and has her thing. I guess the funny part was like,
nobody
y'all
noticed.
see the picture? Y'all saw the picture? Everybody look at the picture. Zoom in on me. I mean, that's pretty much where she had to go because everybody was like, I look fine. Did you know everybody looking at themselves when they take a selfie? Like, I look good. And yeah.
And finally somebody noticed.
After she do all this on the phone.
Right. Because there was a lot of people in that picture.
Honestly, I probably would have jumped up and just opened my shirt if the words were written and showed it to him.
Yeah.
Instead of the picture thing, because the picture thing, you had to know everybody's gonna vainly look at themselves and make sure they don't look crazy on their picture.
Yeah, or just take your jacket off and walk around and see who the first one noticed, or something like that. Like, but anyway, who said somebody was saying it was a social media stunt? Was it Drew?
Somebody he had a little. She let a little hate slip.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't think it was that because. Well,
but you know what? It's not the first time that people have said that about her. Because if you notice, like a lot of like she's always asking to take pictures, asking to take pictures, and I think at this point they've noticed. Okay, this is what she's doing.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's what it is. Okay. So I think we already talked about this, but Drew kind of toward the end of the show was talking about, how they haven't been talking since the date night. He moved out the bedroom, and she's been dealing with disrespect, unfaithfulness, emotional awareness is lacking, and he don't really care about how she feels, but she's willing to try. So we'll see how that goes. But that was the end of the episode. They kind of teased, of course, the upcoming episode where Drew is doing the movie scenes where she's doing her best acting, because Todd was like, that was the best hire he did. So I was like,
you better pop your shit. That's your shit, Todd. You better sell that bitch.
Okay.
You better. I be doing the same thing. Oh, she cold. I can see this shit.
Yes.
So who did well at the table read, though? Because I didn't think everyone did well at the table read, to be quite honest with you.
I thought Drew did fine at the table read. I can't even remember nobody.
Yeah. Drew did really well.
It was just natural. So I think she's an actress, and I think she can act, because I've seen stuff she's been in. I just haven't seen it recently. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember if it was Shamia or who's the other one, the dancer. One of the two of them did really well. I just don't remember which one at this point. I don't know.
Shamia. I think they were talking noise about the other one.
Oh, okay. I have to go back because I didn't pay attention to, or because I was like, it's a table read. I wasn't thinking.
I was just like, come on, Kandi, you got to bring it. You got to bring it, Kandi. You got to bring it. And I was just like,
I think she's kind of flat. I think she's getting better, but I think she's kind of still it's the facial expressions. I think she has to learn how to use them. Like you already you're an expression giver. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know how to make that happen in your face.
What's interesting is real life. When she's playing like somebody that could be close to who she actually is worse. But when she did, I don't know if y'all ever seen them reenactments that she does where she looks like a person. Those are really good, like spot on. But when she plays something like a black girl, it's just like kind of dry, like her own personality, But
you mean like on Chicago? No, The Chi.
Yeah, on The Chi. I'm fine with it, but it's not like Oscar-winning performances or whatever. It's just like, okay, they could have got anybody to do that. She didn't bring anything special.
They didn't have it. Yeah, the character don't even require it.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I could do that. But then, next episode, I guess Marlo's gonna have a foster care event, and Sheree's gonna do a sip and see for her granddaughter, and Bob is pulling up some random lady in these pictures. And when I looked at the picture, Sheree's son and Bob, it's weird because they look alike, but opposite ends of attractiveness. Like they look just alike because he looks like his dad, but it's something going on with Bob's eyes and face. I don't know, but his son got it right. Like the features aligned well with him. It was just the daddy.
That's some of that Sheree.
Yeah, maybe it's a little.
I think he look a lot like Sheree to me.
I don't know. When they was in that picture, I was looking. I was like, he looked just like his daddy, but good. So I don't know.
To go back for a second about the Drew thing, I think that's what she's been doing. She's been setting up a whole situation to where she could be justified for whatever she did or whatever she's up to. Like, I don't know if I'm not saying that he may not have been cheating the whole time, but when women want to get their lick back, they're gonna be more calculated. And I was like, how all of a sudden he cheating on you when you've been saying he's been faithful this whole season, and then at the end it's like these infidelity issues.
Yeah, because the earlier diary rooms, I don't know if she said he was faithful, but she was like, things are going well, things are going great, and then all of a sudden, things took a turn. So it is interesting.
He might have been doing it the whole time, but it just kind of seemed like she's willing to talk about it now because she knows she's gonna end up getting exploited. They already got on her about the kiss.
Yeah, and they haven't really gotten to, because you know how they teased the whole thing with her and this other girl, Ty? That's just been in the previews. They haven't gotten to that yet in the show. So it'll be interesting when that comes up to see if that's valid or not. And maybe they're trying to, we'll see.
I certainly hope that this is another long season. You remember some of the best seasons Housewives of Atlanta has ever had. It's these long seasons that follow these long arcs that play themselves out slowly. But when you get to the end, it's like, oh my God.
What did I see that the 20, it's something, it's only like a couple more weeks because I heard the 20 something is the finale. And of course, they have the other reunion shows. So I think they're going to be done because maybe it was something you sent me, something I saw where, Real Housewives, Married to Medicine is starting in November. And it's going to follow Real Housewives of Potomac. And they typically don't have them all airing at the same time. They kind of like layer them. And so, yeah, I think the final episode is coming in a couple of weeks, but we'll still have the reunion show. So I don't think it's been a long season though, if you think about it already.
15. Okay, so my favorite season is the one where Portia was talking about she didn't know, she thought the Underground Railroad was a real railroad. That was my favorite season. That was my absolute favorite. And it had like 26 episodes.
Was that the what's the guy that interviewed Nene? Was that hit? Because he always brags about
Carlos King.
And he was like, season 6 was the best season. And I don't know if that was the right season, but that was one of his seasons that he claimed was the best. But yeah.
The one that was getting like 2 million people to watch every episode.
Yeah. We'll see.
First of all, how could you miss ratings when you have somebody like Portia, drop dead gorgeous, descendant of a civil rights activist, say some dumb ass shit? Like, where the tracks at?
It was so serious. It's so serious. What are they about to take?
Baby, you remember Phaedra was like, baby. The South came out her mouth quick. Oh, baby.
Oh my God.
Your ancestors is rolling over in their grave.
Oh my gosh. They're like, where did we fall off the wagon, poor thing? Yeah.
I said, girl. Got to learn how to be.
And I will say, when I was in elementary school, I did think it was an actual railroad that was underground. But like I said, it was elementary school.
The best part of what you said was in elementary school.
Yeah. I was like, they had movies and everything.
Oh, God. I wanted to slap the piss out of it. I said, girl.
That was another moment where I had to rewind a couple times because I was like, she's playing with us. She's playing with us.
Yes. And it went like, to me, like, if I wasn't quite sure, I would have waited till I was back on the bus. This was in front of like the tour guide and everything.
Cameras and everything.
Right.
They should have did this, but the zoom in and zoom out. Zoom in, like, then zoom out.
Oh my God.
What? That's how I felt on the inside of my body. Especially when I started realizing she was serious.
So serious. Oh my God.
You know what? Maybe next week, you know what we need to do? We need to like each week we need to like our favorite scenes, our favorite moments in Real Housewives of Atlanta, and just play them. Not play them, but talk about them.
Talk about them. Okay.
That'd be nice.
That'd be fun.
Cool. Anything else, y'all? That was the end of the episode. All right. Well, we done talked that stuff. We'll get ready for next week.
Okay. Well, thank you all so very much for joining us. Please don't forget to kiss on that subscribe button. Click on the like button. All right. Share us on all your socials. Also nibble on the notification button and make love to our senses in the comments. See y'all.